You don't want to talk to me before my cup of coffee. You don't want to talk to me until I've had some coffee. This is the sort of quality you guys signed up for. You press the subscribe button. This is the content that you guys wanted. A grown man having coffee. Some 20-year-old girl wakes up at 12 o'clock every single day, makes herself an iced coffee in her dad's island in the kitchen that was paid for by his blood and sacrifice. And she goes, I'm just so exhausted today. All because she was getting railed by Kevin last night. Yeah, I'm sure Kevin's gonna stay with you, fucking Kendra. So today we have a special video. Today we have a video that I've had on my radar for quite some time, and that is rating the hottest playing cards. Now I know what you're thinking, right? Oh my goodness, he's gonna do that tier list that everybody's been doing, where you rate hot chips, or you rate the best fast food. No, my friends, that's what the trend does. And I'm a trend setter. I set the trends. I don't have to follow the trends. So I'm going to make it different. I'm just going to go with the classic standard, the God-given 10-star review system, right? 10 point, 10 star, whatever it is you want to call it. We're going to rate them on a scale from 1 through 10. Now here's the other problem. The other problem is that if I do review playing cards, what am I going to review? These right here, these standard crap cards. If you look at them, they're dressed like Mormons. How am I going to review Mormons? That's like trying to find an attractive Arab woman. I know, usually you could see the body, but they all have the same body here. They all look like potatoes. You're telling me you could rate the Queen of Spades when she looks like this? Are you disgusting? Are you sick? Luckily, I do have some friends in the community, and Magic Orthodoxy has sent over this deck of undressed playing cards that give me a better idea as to what they look like underneath the cover of their somewhat polyamorous Mormon gowns. Now, I don't know if you're a number file, one of those greasy, sweaty mathematicians from that particular website, that you might find the actual number cards to be attractive, but you need to seek help. You're disgusting, and it shows in your lack of skincare. You look at your skin, and there's blotches, there's acne. You're 55 years old. You're talking about numbers on a YouTube channel, and I could see acne on your face. That's diet. That's diet. At that point, the hormones are gone. It's not like your body's trying to figure out what's going on during puberty. That, my friend, is all diet, and it's time for you to fix it. We're not going to be talking about the number cards. If you think the number cards are hot, please seek professional help. Look at that. Look at that. It looks like I'm taking a video of my knob. But here's a hot trick just in between the video. You don't want to ever take videos like this, right, of your pecker. Your little pecker, because it's going to seem smaller than it is. So what you do is that you get a wide angle camera and you get really close to it, but you got to have it in front of you. And that way it's going to look like you got some Shane Diesel apparatus down there. So the first one we have here is the Queen of Clubs. Now here's the thing about the Queen of Clubs, right? She's covered up. The rest of the cards you're going to see, they're not covered up, but the Queen of Clubs is fairly covered up. And me personally, I find that very attractive. I'm a fan of women that cover up, which is why I feel like it's tied to somehow of my father being a Muslim, that I find women covered up fairly attractive. So when I see a woman like this, I want to know what's underneath. A lot of women, they just like to show off what they got. You got to have us earn that, ladies. You have to have us earn that peekaboo. Now, women, you go to the beach and you could see pretty much what they ate. So you don't want that. And the Queen of Clubs is doing just that. So I really like that sort of appeal, and I like that aesthetic. So I'm actually going to give the Queen of Clubs an 8.5 out of 10, just based on that. And seriously, stop looking at my feet. It's another thing that we keep fetishizing in 2021. It's disgusting. There's nothing attractive about feet. I get a finger in a mouth every once in a while. I understand that level of depravity. But feet? Now here's the Jack of Diamonds. As you could tell, his nipples are shaped like diamonds. Fairly interesting design there. He has kind of a stern look, a little bit of a raised eyebrow, got the rock thing going. And obviously his member is a diamond as well, as he's covered with his hands. Now what I like here is too the bling, right? You wouldn't expect the Jack to be iced out, but he has several instances of bling there. So you see that he has one there around his neck, and he has a nice rolly. The Jack's got a rolly. So I think I might be stretching here, but I think the Jack might actually be African American. I'm not entirely sure. The skin color is obviously white, but United States Playing Card Company, they have certain restrictions when it comes to using ink, and I didn't think they want to go full blackface here. So I'm gonna figure that the Jack of Diamonds is African American, and for that he's gonna get a higher rating. So I'm gonna say that he's an 8.5. Whew, this one's a little bit steamy, my friends. This one, I feel like all the diamonds might be PLCs, might be PLCs because look at this body. Look at this body. You're telling me that's the body of a white woman, of a white queen? I don't think so. That's a sister, my friend. And that one is very voluptuous, I gotta say. She's got a diamond covering her snatch, her hoo-ha, which is kind of interesting. And she has the bling on her nipples. And another good feature here is that she doesn't have ginormous nipples. So that might actually question my initial thought that she might be an African American woman because usually they have pretty pronounced nipples. This one, they're tiny. They're tiny. They're very small. As you could see, a diamond can cover them up. But she's very voluptuous. This is a type of body that I enjoy. I like that type of body on a significant other, and because of that, I'm gonna give her a 9. I'm gonna give her a 9. Now the hard part when it comes to rating is oh, you just want to jump to a 10. Oh my goodness, she's a 10. But then you don't have anything to work with, right? If you give a 10, that's going to be your maximum. So then you have a ceiling. So you're going to have to watch what you give as an actual rating. And a lot of people do it wrong. Oh, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. The King of Spades. He looks sexy in a shy kind of way, to be honest. Now, this is what we would consider in the business to be a bear, right? A bear. In the community, we refer to bears as kind of burly, strong, hairy men, right? Usually they don't work out for aesthetics. They work out for function. So they're the ones lifting like Atlas stones on giant platforms. And that's what the King of Spades looks like. And as you can see, he has quite, oh my goodness, almost peaked there. He has quite a big of a spade as a member. He doesn't have a really significant change in his facial design, but he does have an anchor tattoo, right? An anchor tattoo. So he could be some sort of sailor, maybe part of the Navy. But the spade is the part that I'm kind of focusing on because the spade, especially in that direction, if it was in the other way, so if the spade was turned on the other side and that was covering his member, I'd be a little bit suspicious as to the size of his panasia. But because there's it's reversed, right? It's big. It's big. But I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I'm not big into bears anymore. So I would say, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. 7.5. Now, this right here is a perfect example of beautiful at every size, right? We have that movement that's very pervasive in 2021. And here we have the King of Hearts. And as you can see, it's made no attempt to do any sort of exercise. Maybe the most exercise it's done is deciding what candy bar to ingest. What I feel is that this person owns an Ethereum shirt for sure, and the hearts, as you could see, is it's not really covering much. There's hair all over the place. He has his arms behind his back, and usually that's a good position to show your muscles when you put your arms behind your back that way. Your kind of shoulder muscles get a little bit more pronounced. Your arm muscles get a little bit more defined. It's not working for this king. I'm really stretching and calling him a king because this one's really more of a jack off, to be honest, just based on his body type. This is disgusting. I don't enjoy this. This is a 3.5 for me. I don't know if you're familiar with the Backstreet Boys, but this one is giving me mad AJ McLean vibes. AJ was kind of that dirty Backstreet Boy. The one of the girls, it really showed you the type of girl that they would develop into from elementary school based on which Backstreet Boys they liked, right? So if they liked the Carter, right? Oh my goodness, you know that they're gonna be plowed by some frat boy at 17. But if they like AJ, they've already done anal. So if they like AJ, AJ's kind of the dirty Backstreet Boy. So that guy is really not the one that you would pick if you're gonna be a good girl growing up. So this is mad AJ vibes right here, and I found AJ to be very attractive. But the Jack of Spades here is clearly again with the spades covering up the nipple. He has kind of like an F boy pose, kind of like a fuck boy pose. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, what's up, dude? Like, are you gonna do it or not? You know, like he does only anal, strictly anal on the Jack of Spades, which is kind of endearing. He doesn't really have like a super fit body type, but what I like about the Jack of Spades is that he doesn't care and he's owning it. The King of Hearts is a little bit more reserved. That's why I didn't really like it. If he owned it, I would have given him a higher rating. But the Jack of Spades, boy, 8.7, 8.7 for sure on the Jack of Spades, just because of the nice little attitude that he has. It's very endearing. Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here, my friends. Queen of Spades. Damn, boy. She's got a thin waist, right? But she's got some nice honkers on her. And she's also got a big snatch. So that's the good part here when it comes to the spade. As you can see, the spade is a very defined, well-rounded figure. And it's huge here. So man, this is what I'm talking about. A little sassy pose with the hands on the waist. The only thing is that she looks like she's had a UTI for 5 years, but that's fine. That's okay. We could work with that. You could have medication. We could work through that. Me and the Queen of Spades. But man, this is really getting me. This is really getting me hot and heavy. 9.5 for sure. I really enjoy this. Now, had she been a little bit thicker, I would have also liked that. But here, you could tell that she's kind of like a fit girl. She does Pilates every once in a while. Man, oh boy, that's really doing it for me. 9.5, 9.5. Now, in the previous one for the Queen of Spades, I said that she looks like she's had a UTI for 5 years. Nope, my friends, this one has her topped. You could tell that there's kind of like a belly bump there. There's a weird, sort of a weird aesthetic to the Queen of Clubs, right? She's got some bracelets. She's got a ring. It's not a wedding ring because it's on her middle finger, but she has a club covering her hoo-ha. The clubs are covering the nippies there. But that right there, whatever's going on in her stomach area is not really doing it for me. This one definitely looks like a hood rat. In every high school, there's always that one girl that after prom, the story comes out about her getting disgustingly demolished by 5 people in a row minimum. And that's what the Queen of Clubs is. The Queen of Clubs is that girl that everybody's talking about the day after, that you're like, man, dude, that thing's destroyed. But I do it. And that's the Queen of Clubs. You tell your friends about it, but you wouldn't be excited about the Queen of Clubs. 7.5. For sure, 7.5 is what I'm going to give to the Queen here. I'm doing it out of feeling, and it's what I'm feeling. I'm sorry if that might offend you, if you might be that girl, sucks, but 7.5. Now, you can tell they're doing a lot with the body positivity thing with the hearts for some reason, and the Queen of Hearts is the perfect example of that. As you could see, she's got a very voluptuous figure, a huge snatch, and just a very proportionate woman here. She's also holding a flower, so she voted for Hillary twice. And she's got a weird sort of a bonnet, I guess, or a thing around her neck, maybe some sort of weird top. And I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. And I like this body type, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of the thick ones, right? Not too thick. There needs to be a limit. But I'm a fan of this, but not the way she is. I feel the whole aesthetic is not really fun to me. Man, this one's rough. 7. 7 is what I'm feeling. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I've been getting into red wine recently. I find that it's a very cheap way to get, not drunk, but to taste different things. And they're not really expensive. It's not like you have to have a lot of money to enter. It's the entrance fee for wine is not really that much. And this guy right here is the epitome of that. Now, notice that he's bigger than the other guy that I gave a lower score to, but he's owning it. This guy's like the Alex Jones of these playing cards. He's owning his big shape, right? He has the diamond. He's got the diamond nipples. He's got the red wine. He's kind of looking at his wife, who's probably a 10, barbecuing, doing something submissive. And he's just looking at her like, yeah, dude. Yeah, that's my wife. This guy for sure, he fucks 100%. 9. I'm going to give this guy a 9. Again, it's not all about the aesthetic of the body. It's how you own it. And the King of Diamonds is definitely owning it. Now, opposite of that is the guy that works out too much, right? The guy that's too jacked. And I compare them to the daddy issue girls. Usually when females have daddy issues, they, show it off in some sort of way. Whether that's, I don't know, the same rule applies to men. Right, same rule applies to men. So when you see a guy that's really jacked and really burly, he also has daddy issues. And this is the perfect example of that. Just take a look at that King of Clubs. Look at those muscles, right? He's got the John Cena thing going where he has the chest. He's got the delts, the lats. He's got the forearms. Notice the club, though. The club not really covering much, which is fine. But you're going to get the the 7 seconds that you're gonna get railed by this guy is gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard. So just know that. But again, I'm not a huge fan of these bulky, ripped, jacked dudes, man. I know that some girls like it, but it's not practical. It's really not practical. They're always eating. They're always talking about the gym. They're meatheads. You rarely see one that's intelligent. And here oh boy, I'm going to say 7.8 on the King of Clubs. Now, the same thing I mentioned about owning it could also be taken too far. And I feel like the Jack of Hearts is owning it a little bit too hard, right? There's something sus about the way he's holding that leaf, kind of smelling it, and the way his body's shaped. He's got a little bit of definition there on the shoulders, right? The elbow there. Looks like he's got some definition. Absolutely no chest. Feels like he skipped chest day. Usually you skip leg day. This guy skipped every chest day there was. Kind of a biggish heart covering his knob, but the rest of it I don't like. There's something sus about it. And I know 2021, you're not supposed to care about sus, right? Sus is supposed to be ingrained in society, but there's such thing as too sus, and the Jack of Hearts is definitely too sus for me. 5-1, 5-1. I think we've come to the end here. This is the last card, my friends, in this journey, and it's the Jack of Clubs. The Jack of Clubs, and it's the same rule as the one before. I get owning it, but man, this is too much, right? He's got the skinny boy abs that girls seem to love, which is not really a product of going to the gym as much as it is starving yourself. So that's the oh my god, he's got abs. Watch out, he'll fight you. Yeah, he doesn't eat. That's why he has abs. They're showing because of malnutrition. It's not because he's going in the gym and doing sit-ups. And he's got kind of like an effeminate thing going. He's got the hand on the hair. He's kind of looking at it. You know he's looking at a dude, 100%. Right? He's checking out a dude. And these are the ones that make me feel uncomfortable. I was at the grocery store yesterday, and I saw a Jack of Clubs standing outside. And man, there's something like, I don't feel comfortable. Because they do that thing where they just go, this guy was on the phone, and he was kind of looking at me, and he goes, like that. And I know, yes, it's hard to believe that somebody who's 5'2", 5'3" with shoes on got looked at by a Jack of Clubs. But I did, and I felt uncomfortable. I didn't feel comfortable with the way he was looking at me. It was I felt dirty. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing here. Now I'm not a fan of this at all. 2-4, definitely. And that's it. That's the cards, man. Those are my completely objective scientific rating. So when it comes to the cards, you already know the rating of all of them, right? I should probably make an Excel sheet where I have that just for your future reference, because there really doesn't get much more scientific than this. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. Make sure to share it with your friends and family if they're always trying to figure out, like, oh my goodness, I wonder which one of these playing cards is the most attractive. Well, now they have a guide. Now they have a guide, my friends, and that's all I'm here for. I'm here to guide you. Right? I'm here to teach you, to make sure that you're at your best, which is why I recommend every single episode. The Pigcakee Magic Academy, $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card stuff, coin stuff. You get access to over 1,000 videos because I post an additional 2 tutorials that I don't post anywhere else, making the grand total of videos you get per week to be 4. That's, of course, if you're not enrolled in a Pigcakee Mentalism Academy, because if you are, you'd get 5 videos because you get an additional video that goes over some aspect of mentalism, mind reading. I think it's worth it. And it's less than I guess, two Cokes a month. 2 Cokes. What? You could go one day without having 2 Cokes and learn some magic. And it doesn't stop. The revolving door doesn't stop. Some of these services, not to go on a rant here, not to go on a tirade, but some of these services that you see these other people, right? These other people putting out, they'll just have like 14 videos, right? They'll have 14 videos. You have to pay like $9,000 to get on, and then you get access to the videos like once every trimester, right? No, that's not what you get. You get everything, right? And then you leave at the end of the month, but you still have had access to all those videos. So it's like I'm giving you all my life's work in one fell swoop.